Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DK64 Randomizer.com Season 3 Tournament. We are in our third winners quarterfinal. We've got an amazing matchup, We got CharlesJarls versus Alpha. Holy smokes. This is going to be a real good one. I am Larock. I will be on the mic for you tonight, and I am joined by one Alta Biscuit. Morning.
Morning. We got a couple of heavyweights here tonight.
This is a big one. This is huge. These guys play a ton. I went to go get some statistics on this, and oh my god, there's just too much. I can't possibly get statistics on this because I'm pretty sure you guys have played in like at least 100 races together. Some just insane amount. Utterly insane amount. Alpha known for having like 200 something Season 3 races. Probably number going up. Charles is way up there with them. These guys are two of the best. I mean, look at the seeds 3 and 6. These guys are absolute monsters. They will smoke anyone they face. That is not hyperbole. As someone who got smoked. Oops. Well, let's brush that aside and take a look at the start. Let's just move on, shall we? This is certainly a start of all time.
Well, you can do all your K-Lumsy checks right away.
Yeah, we got the prison special. Get everything. Sprint, grape, send you right there. No muss, no fuss. Don't even need to think about it. That's magnificent.
Early Tiny might mean an early Aztec also with that Twirl start.
Well, we need Tiny for starters. Hard to say.
Yeah.
I tend not to read too much into the starting moves, because the starting moves are true random. Nothing about the rest of the seed cares about your starter. Nothing about the rest of the seed matters with regards to your starting moves. Or rather, your starting moves are randomly placed independently of, like, actually everything else. Completely randomly. So it's more about what you find early that might dictate level order. Like, if you find an early Vines or an early Tiny, then that might indicate an Aztec, but just starting with one isn't necessarily indicative. There's some Bayesian statistics at play here that I can't be bothered to deal with because math is banned. I regret to inform you all, math is banned. When you're playing DK64 Randomizer.com, you are not allowed to do math.
You can only count up to 16.
And no more. Not any higher. They may be counting up to 64, but this is one special exemption specifically for Season 3, nowhere else.
Well, I got number game on my bingo card, so I hope they count to 16.
I have number game? I don't know, I got a bunch of garbage on mine. An hour 45? Really? Do we really think they're going to go an hour 45? These two monsters? These guys are crazy fast. That one might be in trouble.
We'll need some nonsense casino to make that happen.
I need like 10 rainbow coins too, because I have Kong has 50 plus coins, which is a huge number.
Runner looks at hints for 10 plus seconds. That might be a tough one here.
You're gonna need that on the first hint pack or never. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. We love our bingo cards though. They're almost about to get kicked off here. We got about a minute to go. So last second to get your predictions in on, well, how hard is this family going to be to find? I believe the Believers won yesterday, so they're up pretty good right now.
They broke the streak.
They did indeed. The Doubters have been winning for some time, but the Believers took one home yesterday. So, what do you think? What do you think, chat? Where's it going to go? Just a little bit before we get kicked off. These two have had quite the run to get here. Charles taking down Yada and, one Larock. Oops. And then Alpha taking down Znern and Tudos. Okay, maybe Speedrunning is dead. That is unfortunate. Oof.
There's still Connor for Speedrunning.
No slouches in this bracket. The winner of this match advances into winner side top 8. But here we go. The timers are ticking. They're off. They would advance into winner side top 8, guaranteed 5th place. They would get the winner of Verdant Ash Camerson, which is happening Friday. So they do not know who their opponent will be, but it is It will soon. Just a GB in the sprint cage, so... Or the grape cage, rather, so nothing exciting there. Or the check, but...
factory.
Is that a level 2 factory? I'm kind of coming around on the check level 2 instantly train. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Even before getting, like, prison stuff. Even though you have everything you need for the prison, it turns out it's useless. That's a classic. I guess we gotta check the dirt. And I think Charles is also deciding that the GB is probably worth his time. He's gonna run for it. I think that's probably correct. Okay, well, true to eating my words, there's something in the prison, so...
Not a whole lot useful right now, but here we go, hints.
Caves Candy Diddy, Aztec Shops Key 4, not bad. Tiny's by a dirt patch and Isles, so yeah, we might be turning around into the training grounds, and we have an early Aztec, possibly. And then that Sax is going to be useful for Tiny's 5-door ship. A Vulture Race? Ooh, that's on my bingo card. Amen. And then the Punch Chest in Factory Lobby has a ferry that we need. Interesting. 5-door ship only has 1 potion, so the fact that it's hinted is kind of significant. It means it's probably in that spot and nowhere else. That is a most likely, though. That is not a guarantee.
We had an Aztec Oasis to just Tiny phase, also. Could be Vulture Race itself, but a little early to tell right now.
Definitely hard to say at the moment. We'll let them do the Isles loop while I take my sweet time ready.
I'm just gonna mark off Owl and Vulture sided already. We know we're gonna get it.
It's coming. You love to see it. You love to see it. We also kind of want to see Aztec anyway for that Key 4. That'd be nice to find. And Tiny on dirt in Isles means we're like almost certainly going to the training grounds. Okay, a little more. Caverns, 5-door temple, chasm. Alright, well, good thing we got that twirl then, huh? Excellent.
And Charles turning around to go check the dirt. I don't blame either of them for doing this. Like, if you can get another Kong early, you might as well see if you can get it.
It also might put Aztec in Logic, which is good info in its own right, so... Once you get Tiny and Twirl, you can logically make your way over the quicksand. Not that I'd hate to see them get damaged by quicksand, that's on my card, so...
Ooh, instrument upgrade.
Ooh, unlucky. Wait, is it? The broke text is different than the if you don't have enough money, you get slightly different text. I didn't actually catch the text. Any numbers?
The text said something to upgrade your instrument.
So it's probably just actual instrument upgrade. Fair enough.
That was Punch on the dirt, so no Tiny.
Unlucky, but Punch is certainly nothing to sneeze at, especially if we turn into Factory Lobby and find this fairy right here. Bang! Charles is getting it instantly. Mumbo is not. Perhaps this is Vines? Oh, well, we got Forest level 1 anyway, so who cares? You go Forest or Factory? Oh, it looks like... Oh, I see what happened here. So, Alpha hadn't seen level 1 yet, so he was like, I'm gonna go check level 1 and then go to Factory anyway. So I can put off this...
Well, that was Vines on the ferry, so now they're probably both going to just turn around and hope they find Tiny here.
Yep, I mean, we know we need Vines, so no surprises that it's way the Horde. This Isles dirt patch perhaps could be Tiny. It could be Castle Lobby. That is a possibility. And it could be... It could still be Aztec Lobby Roof Dirt, which would be kind of spicy.
Or even the Cabin Isle dirt.
Cabin Isle dirt also is probably a little more reliable for Aztec Shop. Get your Key 4. Yeah, it's not here, so yeah, we gotta keep looking.
Now the question is, like, if you find barrel throwing like immediately in a level, do you leave and try and get Tiny potentially out of logic on top of roof dirt?
I think yes, but it depends on where in the level you are. I think if you could if you pause exit next to like a warp, it's worth it, right? You could just pick up your little loop later and maybe get Tiny. And maybe it also depends on what level it is. If you get Tiny before going up to testing, that's pretty helpful to like get some CBs or something. But
They're diverging in their paths here.
well, Charles clearly has the superior route because he's going production first. As a production first enthusiast, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's winning the crowd over, and by the crowd I mean me. What say you, crowd? Alright, I finally caught up on the hints. Now I can catch up on my bingo board. There's an owl. Yes, please. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, well, there's your barrel thrown, so I guess we're going to see what happens here.
Yeah.
And is that a shared shop with a potion? Oh, boy. Factory Funky shared, and we appear to be somewhat broke at the moment. You're going to get more coins going production first, for Chunky at least. A lot more coins
into existence.
Amazing, amazing. Although realistically, they're gonna have to do this loop regardless, so it's not really a big deal. Alright, 8-pack of hints here. I just caught up on the first 3 packs of hints, so let's see what we get here. I said let's see what we get here. Try. Oh, Alpha might actually be routing into arcade and then take the 5 warp back when he has money. So that would work pretty well too. No problems there. How much of Lanky's metal do you pick up here? I'm kind of curious what he's thinking. Oh, here we go. R&D to Tiny, and what do you know it? We're right here.
Factory's got everything.
Production for Lanky is interesting. We didn't see anything. I believe that is key 2 that Charles is staring down.
Yep, sure is.
And then the last hint I just bumped and missed is the Oasis in Totem Area has 2 potions. One is likely on the Vulture. And then the other could be Path to Tiny. Okay, so Punch just got his pineapple in storage. That's kind of nice. Like that, where things are just falling on our lap. Although it certainly helps that they're kind of like routing separate ways. So we're seeing stuff at different times.
Yeah, just a classic Stackery here so far.
Stackery. Ain't that the truth? Anyone committing to metals yet? Yeah, Charles is like, alright, hedge metals, hedge metals. That's fair.
4 of the 5 metals in Factory are Sphere Zeros, so you're kind of playing with fire by not considering them, especially if it's early.
You want that 1 warp, Alpha? Are you really sure you don't want to hit that 1 warp? Oh, brother. I mean, brace for impact.
We got a tweet in the making here.
We got an Alta tweet prepped. That's for sure. That's a vintage one too. That's like exactly where it most kills your soul. All right, you know what? Hey, you know what? Power to him. He's lining it up. So if it gets him, it gets him. Considering that Charles didn't see what the production way of the Horde item was. Okay, so it is diving at Funky. Considering that Charles didn't see what the production way of the Horde was, or what the production path to Lanky was. Oh no, wait, I'm stupid. It's just barrels at the base, because that was in prod. So it's probably just barrels on the path to Lanky K. Rool and nothing else, which is a little bit interesting. At the base of production, that makes perfect sense. Never mind.
It rolls out a handful of bosses too, most likely. So that's always good to see for runners.
All right, back to catching up on my bingo card. I've been all over the place. All right, what is this? I have 5-door temple checked or hinted foolish, but we got a scouring hint for the 5-door temple. I got scammed. This is outrageous. This is unfair. And all these potions are shared shops, and there's not a shop with 2 potions. This is unbelievable.
Just scam everywhere.
I can't believe this, man.
I need them to go pay a visit to Kevin.
And we got a Castle Underground check hinted, but not Castle Underground hinted foolish. That's not happening. Great. Right.
And Alpha is just poor and can't afford anything.
Production first stays winning. I tell you what, those 5 chunky coins at the top of the hatch. The 5 chunky coins, they matter. They matter. Alright, I'm ready for it. Hit the 1 warp and see what happens, buddy. I'm just ready. It's not on my board. It's just gonna be funny. Alright. He is running through here to check production anyway. I guess he hasn't run through here to grab his barrels, so they're kind of doing the other half of production that the other half of factory. Each one has done one half, and now they're doing the half that the other did. I'm phrasing this as confusingly as possible.
I'm surprised neither. Well, I guess Charles hasn't checked the roof dirt yet, but I guess does Tiny really do much for you in factory at the moment? Probably not a whole lot.
Considering you've already like run through here, the best you get is like some tiny CDs, I guess.
Yeah.
Sax and Twirl are not great for Tiny and Factory. There's nothing really for them. You'd rather have like Feather or Mini. Mini's the big one. Okay, diving acquired for both of them. Life is good. We've got Diving Barrels Vines already. That's pretty nice. Early level objective complete. Well, I guess
a little early to say the J word, but it's certainly, you know, we've got the ingredients for it.
The ingredients, indeed. We have a ton of moves. Like, moves have just been falling into our lap, especially moves we can use, too. 2 moves for each Kong we can already use is surprising. Oh, there's a key in that minigame. That's nice.
So we got a waft balloon somewhere. Did Alpha not peek that?
Minigame barrel entered for non-potion. Perfect. Sign me up. Yeah, if Alpha didn't see that barrel in testing, that's a little bit awkward. That definitely has gotten me before, so I'm not terribly surprised. Oh, and he just got dunked on by production platform. There's a splat for you people with splat on your card.
I got nothing for that. I've got runner dies for non-death warp, but that was no death.
That is considerably harder to reach. I mean, well, I don't know, like the castle lobby ooze is the classic, or you know, everybody gets one fall off castle, so I suppose it's a matter of time. New hints, and finally we get to know where our Kongs are. Found by Chunky in Caves, Chunky in Aztec, and Chunky Minecart. Alright, well, Chunky is just up tremendous. That is Key 5. We have not found a Key 5 hint, and Key 5 just turned up in testing, so I'll have to keep that in mind.
Especially if we see a long path to Key 5, that means balloon somewhere at the end of that chain.
We are walking out of factory pretty soon at 13 GBs in under 13 minutes. This is absolutely shaping up to be blazing, so
I haven't even walked into level 1 yet.
Gotta wait for the other shoe to drop, though. You can't be too hasty here. I've seen blazing starts just come to a screeching halt when everything goes south. Remains to be seen. And here's our castle lobby.
We did have a couple of Key 4 hints, so there's...
Here's what I'm thinking. I kind of want to go check Roof Dirt right now, because if you find Tiny, you could do Chasm immediately. That said, given that Roof Dirt is locked by at least Diddy, it's kind of awkward. And you haven't seen Aztec, so you know Tiny isn't your third Kong, now that we know Castle's level 3. It's definitely going to get kind of weird. And I kind of like what Charles is doing, which is going to Forest and getting Chunky Minecart for a known way of the Horde that we can get immediately.
Yeah, with that in mind, that probably means that Tiny's in the castle lobby dirt.
Oh, man.
And Balloon is somewhere around here.
Oh, you're right. Because Balloon gets us Key 5, too, so we know it's going to be hinted. Logically, you need that Balloon for that Key 5 in testing, so Charles, knowing that Balloon is a way of the Horde item, might be trying to chase it down to get on top of Castle Lobby dirt without having to do any awkward flips. We've got barrels, so all we need is Balloon to get up top there, in logic.
It may just be this minecart check here, because we know that's hinted.
It fits really well in this minecart, I gotta say. So, and it is indeed a potion, it's not like a random Key 7 or something. Alpha is thinking... Castle Chunky Metal, perhaps? Not sure what he's thinking. He'll get a look at the chasm to see what it is, but he won't have Tiny to get it. Really liking Charles' route through here.
Doesn't have DK to do the really cursed twirless strat either.
I can't believe that I actually saw it work live. Like, if you told me it was possible, I'd be like, alright, I need to see it to believe it. But I've seen it, and I'm a believer. I actually wasn't convinced that it was actually doable. I thought it was just too far to make, but... It's crazy. It's madness. Race-winning technology if you hit it, sometimes. In this instance, a little bit less impactful, because you'll probably find Tiny, because Tiny can only be in so many spots remaining.
Mm-hmm. That's... You're in desperation mode if you're going for that trick.
I'm kind of curious what level 4 is. If level 4 is Aztec... Rather, if level 4 is not Aztec, that forces Tiny off of Roof Dirt. So if you look at level 4 and see that it's not Aztec, then you're fine. Because if level 4 is Aztec, then Diddy is in Aztec, so Diddy would be your 5th Kong. And because you would logically need Diddy to get Tiny on Roof Dirt, you could rule out Tiny on Roof Dirt if Aztec was exactly level 5, and all that remains is it not being level 4. Oh man, there's the balloon on the minecart. That's so good. That is really nice. I think we know where Tiny is. She's got to be in Castle Lobby. It does way too well.
That's your key 5 also.
Oh wait.
Wait
a minute. She actually has to be in Castle Lobby because we haven't seen Caves or Aztec, and that's where Donkey and Diddy are. So one is level 4 and one is level 5, which means they're your 4th and 5th Kong, which means Tiny has to be 3, which means she's got to be in the only one that we can access, which is Castle Lobby Dirt. So
it makes sense for the game to just kind of spit those 2 moves at you with that.
Sure does. Magnificent. Ooze Death? Unbelievable. Why do I have Quicksand this time and not Ooze? That's so sad. Oh, that was a death for a non-Death Warp reason. Actually, wait, that is a Death Warp. To warp to the front of the mausoleum. That one doesn't count. That one doesn't count. That is a death for a Death Warp. You're not getting away that easy.
Chunky can just do everything in Castle right now. Pineapple Punch, life's good.
Hello, Key 6. That was hinted. That's nice. We had a path to Key 6, but we didn't actually know that Key 6 was, just right there chilling. Makes life a little easier. I really feel like Charles is in the driver's seat. He's got the knowledge and the understanding that I know exactly where Tiny is. Actually, if he
doesn't know yet.
Yeah, he hasn't looked at level 3, so he doesn't know for certain. But having Balloon and Barrels in your pocket, you gotta be feeling pretty good about that. Because, you can check Roof Dirt out of logic, and you can check Castle Lobby in logic. So you're kind of cruising. Or you find Aztec and it's on Kavanaugh, and life is good.
I gotta imagine that he's thinking that, the levels have to be ordered in a very specific way for Tiny to be there on Roof Dirt.
Yeah. Okay, well, he hedged 1 metal in the dark room and then did not hedge a 2nd metal. He's not looking at that one either. He's already run away from metals. Even though metals are kind of falling into our lap, so I'm not gonna say the jetpack is ruled out yet, but it's not.
We did get the micro hint from Alpha earlier that it's foolish.
Oh, Alpha saw it? Okay, cool. Have we seen Snide? I don't think we have.
I don't believe so.
We're gonna Helm order someday.
Well, we'll just decipher our Helm order just from the key 8 hints only.
Yeah, exactly. Of which we have. Oh, I see what you did there. There's Tiny. The joke that Alpha is implying is that we have none key 8 hints.
oh yes.
We have none. We can't do anything with that. We do have Vine, so that's something, but we don't have anything else for key 8. Maybe it's
there was
the
Tiny on Roof Dirt, like we thought.
Tiny and Castle Lobby Dirt. Life is good for Charles. And now he's headed to the underground to go pick up the chasm layer of the Horde. I mean, the only thing Alpha's got going for him is that he has 5 more GBs. I think everything else is coming up Charles.
Even then, you're gonna probably get Tiny's medal along the way up there, and so Charles is still gonna have a few more checks done in this regard. Once he's done with Castle.
Yeah, I think that's pretty marginal. Tiny's medal specifically, because you do have to climb all the way to the top, which is a bit of a time commitment. If you're willing to go all the way to Roof Dirt. We get a museum check. This is interesting. Punch and barrels lock. I think this is garbage, isn't it? Alright, diving his way to the Horde. That's shocking. First forest hint. Shops. E8. We did not see Cranky. We do not know which shop we might be looking for. Mushroom exterior foolish. And the back of prison dirt, which was saxophone.
These are the kind of people that would skip climbing mushrooms, so getting that hint's just gravy for them.
They are absolutely never climbing that thing. They will rather die than climb that mushroom. Alright, Right, but because barrels, we think it barrels is only on the path to Lanky K. Rool, the best this could be is trombone. Which isn't super likely. Oh, look, it's actual junk. Oh, nice Ramby Arena. Hello. That's a square. Is it on my board? Yes! Yes, it is! Yes!
We got the dangerously cheesy Ramby here.
Yeah, he's kind of looking like he just got a dip in some Cheeto oil. The C-up tech, very clever to... The beavers actually explode on you when they hit you, so you just C-up, go first person, and they will just run into you and combo themselves. It's magnificent. Well then... Well, I can't say I expected that. We have a homing ammo way of the Horde. What could that possibly mean? Lanky Attic? Fits really
Lanky
well.
Attic or DK Cabin? Like, those are it, right?
So, you might be able to skip this requirement. Alpha might be able to get away with not having to do that. But you will have to figure out that homing is required for some reason before he can start thinking about skipping away the Horde checks. It's a little bit ambitious. Alright, I think we're getting our... Snide check now? Yes. What is our Helm order? We the people demand to know Donkey Tiny, so it certainly makes sense that we haven't seen a lot of key 8 hints because we already have sacks, nice and easy. Possible that bongos, the other item we need, is just in a forest shop too. Remains to be seen. So Alpha is just like abandoned level 1, he doesn't care about it at all apparently, which is bold when Chunky Minecart is hinted, but let's see what level 4 is. Level 4 is our Aztec. Oh, it had to be, because key 4 is here. So
is that 25? I can barely see it.
25? I mean, that's a steep jump from 1, 2, 5, 25.
We might get another look at it here with Charles.
Yeah, it's gonna send... It sends Alpha back to Forest, which is kind of where he needs to be, so that's pretty good for him. And Charles is nowhere close to 20, or 25. Mid-20s or whatever. 22, I think?
22. It's 22.
Okay.
So, wait, Alpha could have entered Aztec and just chose not to.
He probably reconsidered and was like, well, you know, I got other stuff I want to do. Like, say, this way the Horde minecart. But now Charles has... Wait, hang on. Who got the forest info? I think that was just on the 20 pack, so...
Yeah, Charles hasn't seen that yet.
Well, he has the 13 pack, which is... Well, okay, no. Yeah, you're right. He has not seen this info that the forest shops are interesting. But he does have homing ammo's way of the Horde, which is going to send him to Lanky Attic, one of the few homing checks we have available. One of the few homing checks in general.
Like if you're going to get a way of the Horde homing, best see it early instead of at the end of a long chain.
Right. Charles also demoing a feature of the 4.0 branch of not having climbing, but he actually had climbing and just missed the rope like 4 times. That's a classic.
Well, that's going to be some hot discussion when that comes up for
That's
Season 4.
Be utterly ruinous, I think you meant to say. That's a brutal one, that's for sure. Alright. Homing ammo, way of the Horde, is it here? Is this the homing check we are looking for? Perhaps it is. We got the plot thickens as we have a triangle. Which we do not know why we need. Excellent.
Do you just go for the... You just go for kegs right now.
You go for the YOLO kegs?
Out of nowhere.
The full send kegs before you have DK or grab? That would be a bold one. I don't think I'm happy with that. I would much rather see like something more mundane, like the triangle pad on aisles. That feels much more restrained. That could be like trombone. That fits pretty well. We don't have any hints. We're kind of working off a whole bunch of assumptions right now.
There has not been a whole lot of complex paths yet, so that does lower the stock of something like keg crushing at the moment. Indeed.
Yeah, the most things we have hinted are... Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Oh, we do have a key 8 hint. We have a key 8 hint. I miswrote
it. It was 4 shops.
4 shops and Galleon Caverns. I wrote that down as key 4, which is just impossible right now, so that's just wrong. Caverns to key 8. So, don't know. We'll see. Oh, there is indeed bongos in our forest shop, as foretold. Well, that makes life easy. So all we need for key 8 now is Monkey Port and Gorilla God, and we're in Helm. That's pretty nice.
It's looking pretty free so far.
We are firmly into jet territory. The jumbo jet size remains to be seen, but we are certainly within the realm of possibility. We don't have any leads on key 7, but the fact that we haven't seen any key 7 hints means that it's probably not super hard locked, given all the stuff we found so far. I gotta say it. I gotta be honest. Like, this one is looking really fast.
Jets on my bingo card, and I just had to bait you into saying it.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I am ethically taking bingo cards that don't require me to say things, because that's kind of free.
Won't count. I just don't count it if I say it. I just gotta bait you into saying it without saying it myself.
Okay. And that's pretty easy, because I yap a lot. Well played. Mushroom exterior is foolish, but there's certainly a decent number of checks here for Charles to have a look at. He's probably trying to work his way to 22 without having to actually dump any blueprints. Okay, so Alpha is now skipping a homing ammo requirement. That's a square. Where is it? Bang. Gotcha.
Now that's gonna be interesting, because he doesn't know that homing's hinted yet, so...
But he is skipping the logical requirement. Magic.
Yeah, next time he goes to castle, he's almost certainly checking the twirl chasm. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't at this point.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate bit. Plus, because Tiny is in castle lobby, it kind of like sends you that way anyway. It gives you a little nudge in that direction. Then you pick up your homing ammo, and you're like, well, farts. Not ideal. Not ideal. Charles conceding and dumping some blueprints anyway. Get the 22, head into Aztec, off you go. He's trying to just keep progressing the seed. Get an Aztec, grab his key 4. Maybe find Diddy. What a chunky check are we looking at? We have a lot of options. The metal, bases, 5-door temple, the triangle room. They're all accessible. Every one of them is in line.
Everything.
So he could be anywhere. And because the triangle is way of the horde, or... the triangle is hinted by a way of the horde thing, I think it's actually more likely to be Diddy. I like the claptrap room here a lot for Diddy. But barrels being only hinted to Lanky K. Rool does not rule out vases either, so we shall see.
That's a common gotcha with at least in 3.0 with freeing Kongs not being on paths.
Help is on the way. Help is on the way.
Yeah, Alpha will have to dip back into Forest eventually to get bongos, but...
he's also going to have to go back to Factory to get Key 5. We haven't seen a Key 5 hint at all, and having just missed it, that is going to hurt, but probably not too bad, because now that he has the logical requirements for it, if either Balloon gets hinted or the barrel itself gets hinted, kind of solves his problem.
And with Balloon being Woth, it probably just means Key 5 is more likely just to be hinted itself in testing.
There is also a tiny potion on Forest Cranky. Oh, that's bongos. Whoops. Tiny buys your bongos. That's a little bit awkward for Alpha. That forces another forest trip, which is inconvenient.
Alright, barrel throwing used for any non-boss reason. I guess I should have marked that off earlier.
That's nice. I was kind of hoping that Kosha would give him a what for, because that's a square for me. Unlucky.
I got a bingo if any hint mentions TNS.
Wow. Oh my god. I'm not even close. Unbelievable. I'm low rolling bingo squares, team. It's brutal. There's Key 4 in an Aztec shop. Life is good. Next thing we're hoping for is an Oasis or Totem Area check, getting us Feather or Mini, one of the two, hopefully.
Have we gotten a single multipath hint yet? I don't think we have yet.
No hint has referred to 2 endpoints. Not yet. Alright, here comes homing ammo for Alpha. He's gonna be like, well, great. That is somewhat helpful information because it tells him he needs to be looking at triangle checks. But it doesn't really actually help him. Oh, look at that lineup. Oh, that is a huge amount of points. That was like 60 points. Oh my god, he's like 40 points. He is still crushing this.
I can never get the beavers to line up like that.
Yeah, this is an excellent lineup, although he is luring them together pretty effectively. There's the gold one. The gold one is the one that matters the most, by a lot. If you combo that guy, you get tons and tons of points. It is not Chunky's medal for Diddy. Is it the claptrap room? It wasn't the vases either. So
we're pretty high on the claptrap room for Diddy.
It's here, the boss, or 5-door temple. Alright, there he is. Fits pretty well.
There he is.
Kick slide to steal Diddy. Stole Diddy out of the claptrap room without having to actually do it. Exit level, re-enter. You just... A monkey heist has ensued. Yoink. Well done. Alright, I think Alpha's playing safe. I don't know... He might be afraid of the shared shop. We think it's an instrument upgrade. I have not brushed up on my shop text in a while.
Oh no.
Yep.
There's the bad news.
Yeah, it's rough, buddy. We've been there. I understand. Sometimes it'd be like that. I think he is Aztec bound, though. Because we now know that Diddy is accessible. It makes a lot of sense to go there. That's our first pearl we've seen. Are you brave enough to buy one out, Charles? Right, nope. He is abandoning ship. I understand. It doesn't appear that a pearl is necessary as of yet.
My mermaid check squares in shambles.
Yeah, that's rough. You gotta write it down as like, yeah, this is where a pearl is, and in case of emergency, break out Aztec shop cranky.
Nobody wants to be stuck looking for a pearl.
Of course, third melon is a bingo square. Of course. Brilliant. Okay, somebody got hit by quicksand, right? I'm taking that square. Like, there's no way anyone like gets through Aztec without getting hit by quicksand. It's just impossible, right?
A little awkward for Diddy right now. You know, Vulture Race is hinted, but you got no moves for Diddy.
There's no quicksand yet? I think Chad is lying to me. It's happening, though. It's happening. Right, here we go. Crossing this to Funky's, you always take damage. Oh, he's twirling. Oh. My day is ruined.
Oh, there's quicksand.
It was just that easy. It's just that easy.
Just had the commentators curse it into existence.
There we go. Unfortunate. Alpha was the victim there, but he's got me covered. Thank you, sir. Alright, I don't mean to alarm the doubters, but the believers might be, they might be flying through this seat a little bit. We do have to get Chunky in caves for Donkey, which is a little bit tricky. But with key 4 in hand, and we're coming up on the end of an Aztec trip, it is possible. It's not out of the question. We have 1 potion in the 5-door temple, and if I had to pick a room, I'm picking Chunky's. Got 3 checks in there. Fits pretty well. Pineapple was punch-locked, right? Yeah, it was punch-locked in the dark room.
Right.
Punch was back of Isles dirt. Or back of training grounds dirt. Rear tunnel, I think is the term.
Okay, oh boy.
Oh, here we go. Alright, finally we got some action on key 7. So main aisle, key 7, key 8, and tiny K roll. Oh boy. And then storage, key 7, and tiny K roll. Center is key 5, that's balloon. And then
there's
the Diddy storage room barrel, that's spring locked. Oh no. No, that's Vines. Yeah, that's the Vines lock check in storage. Okay, well we gotta go back then.
That's good news for Alpha because he didn't get key 5 earlier, so it's not gonna be as painful to have to go back.
He's gonna have to piece together that balloon is pointing to that key 5 in testing, and not any other balloon check. That's the scary bit, but...
Yeah.
How many are available? It would have to be like something unhinged, like Lanky Tower, which is actually kind of possible, which is terrifying. Ooh, there's a slam.
Slam.
That's our one potion in the 5-door temple, a slam. I mean, if I had to pick any unhinted potion to find, like that might be one of the best. I won't complain. It's the only potion though.
I suppose Lanky Dungeon could also be a balloon check. That would be a thing.
Lanky Dungeon, yes, but we don't have trombone, so it's a little bit awkward. The tower is actually like kind of feasible. You do it out of logic with homing ammo instead of sniper, but it's doable at least. So if you gamble all in on key 5 being there, you might get roasted. Because we don't have grape or a sniper, a potential sniper hinted yet. Back to factory for Charles. He's going straight for the way of the horde in this Diddy testing barrel. And then he might start digging out storage for more stuff. And maybe digging out storage for more stuff. Possibly find something on the path to key 7 and Tiny K rule. Where was Vines? Vines was in factory lobby, so... what could this be? This could be like Feather or Mini, and then one leads to the other? Oh, no, you know what it is? The main aisle item is Punch. Punch got you Vines, which is on the path to key 8. And then...
and whatever this is.
Whatever this is on the path to key 7 and Tiny K roll. So this could be Mini, this could be Feather. Most likely, I think. I like either of those. The problem is that both of those kind of lock a ton of things, so it doesn't really give you a lot of direction on key 7. Which is not ideal. Something else that's not obvious that we're on the lookout for. We're on the lookout for Peanut to get into the shipyard area. Okay, it's Rocket Barrel here. Okay.
So there's your vulture check right there.
Okay, and we have Oasis and Totem Area on the path to Tiny K rule, so it's possible that this rocket diverges. One way to Mini Monkey and the other way to Key 7. Mini Monkey / Feather, either or. Oh, there was a potion on Andy as well. That's kind of big. What do we got here? Oh, Gorilla Gun. Love that.
Well, there's just...
let's just keep piling on required moves. Let's just keep doing that. Love that. That pretty well solves Chunky and Caves as well. There's really nothing that can stop us anymore. At worst, you have to do Hunkless.
And that's not a big ask at all there.
Not really. Not too difficult. Alpha pulling out Diddy, and he's got some ground to make up here. Clear out Aztec and then press on, but Charles is showing no sign of stopping. He is flying through the seed. He's even taking the GB lead again.
This is almost just like just something innocuous, just the order of which you just happen to enter the levels early game just completely changes how you're tackling the seed, and we're just seeing the difference between them right here.
I mean, it's entirely possible in a 1v1 situation that Alpha was like, I need to do something weird. I think Forest makes more sense to go to, but I'm just going to pick Castle instead. And it turns out Forest makes more sense to go to for good reason. It appears to be the most correct way to do it. Getting Balloon early, which cascades into getting Tiny, and then just continuously cascades forward. There's critical junctions that matter a lot in these seeds, in solving the seeds, and it feels like Charles picked correct at the first one. But if he doesn't continue to keep picking correctly, there's definitely room to catch up. That's for sure.
It looks like he's putting off the Vulture Race, which makes sense, because like that's probably the Tiny K rule item, and it's only path to Tiny, so you don't really have to go out of your way to get it.
It's not likely to block your access to like key 6 or key 7. I mean, it could actually, maybe. That's possible. But you might just go get DK first and then just roll around with DK faster. That makes sense. Or, even better, just clear out caves from an efficiency standpoint. Clear out anything way of the horde here. Get DK. Okay, never mind, he left. What was that cost?
I didn't catch it.
Can I get an
But it
instant
must have
replay?
been a lot if he's going to dump.
35? Oh, okay, so it was high, but it's not too high. We are light on options for if we want to get DK in under 5 minutes.
That's twice he's had to dump for level access. That doesn't feel good when that happens.
It doesn't feel good, but he's made all the right choices up to this point, and it's paying off pretty big. Everything just makes sense. Just good, sound decision-making is just propelled me forward. I kind of didn't see that there was a Diddy potion viable in Factory either. That definitely makes a Factory trip make a lot more sense right there.
Mm-hmm. I would guess Alpha's just gonna go straight to Factory afterwards, but
it's pretty well. He's got his hints as well. That's the one saving grace, is that he's got the same amount of information that Charles has still. So even if he just kind of keeps pace on GDs, it's possible that Charles hits something that just isn't easily solvable, and he gets time to catch up. So it's certainly far from over.
I think the turning point will just be, is Alpha going to find Key 5 on this next trip to Factory?
Right. Piece together that it's balloon to Key 5 and nothing else. It's unlikely to be anything else in the center and beanstalk area. The one easy check in the center and beanstalk area is the minecart. Everything else is locked behind 2 guns, of which we only have 1. So it's kind of ugly. Okay, almost got caught there. Slow down, Buckaroo. Oh, there, buddy.
I do not have best cop on the force. So
I do have caught as one of my squares, so maybe don't slow down. You'll get his slam in this 5-door temple, though, which is gotta feel pretty good. Definitely nice to have a random slam in your pocket. Having one is really good. Having the second is nice, but diminishing returns. There's a world where you just like pause exit out of this 5-door temple like a psycho, because you know it's not a potion and it's pretty unlikely for a key to be here. Like, you don't even look at the bonus barrel.
yeah.
I think that world exists, but that would be like... That'd be like some deep analytics math play, which, you know, math is banned and all, so we can't do that. Let's be reasonable, folks.
We don't have advanced analytics here like they do in baseball.
Yeah, right? What's our sabermetric equivalent? Donk metrics?
Let's start queuing calculating war, or the equivalent of it.
Car checks above replacement. You're just talking about checks per minute as the critical value point.
Yeah.
Alright, Way of the Horde shop here. What is this? This is guitar. What do we need guitar for? Alright, hear me out.
Lobby?
Charge in R&D, or charge on the Vulture into Diddy R&D for Peanut, or for Feather or Mini. There we go.
Yeah,
Bang.
we did have an R&D hint, huh?
Yep. Sure did. I don't think we haven't seen the 36 hints yet, so Charles is gonna be looking at those momentarily, I think.
The believers are sweating right now.
You would be so kind as to look at the 36 hint. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. DK kind of needs to be here for the believers, otherwise we're in trouble.
And it's gotta be a quick bonus game too.
Reasonably quick. Okay, it's DK.
It's DK.
Hang on.
No boy.
This man's fast. I believe in him. I believe in him.
This one's coming down to the wire.
This is a really awkward spot for Alpha, where you've got a bunch of like useful hints, but like you don't actually know what any of your hints are pointing at because you haven't found anything. Like the caverns hint is unresolved, the totem area is unresolved, R&D is unresolved. You got a bunch of keys hinted that are already found, so it's like whatever. You got bongos hinted key 8, but that's not like helpful at all. No, don't grab the CBs, man. We don't have time for this. We gotta get there in 45 minutes.
And you got a quick minigame.
Very fast minigame, one of the fastest.
And you got sprint, and he's missing the barrel. Oh,
come on, come on. It's not gonna take him a minute to hit that barrel, though. This is... The believers are up good again. At the 11th hour. Here comes Donkey Kong. Under 45 minutes. Hey, my square only needed it under an hour. I was very cozy. Okay, so that Factory Candy Diddy shop just got hinted. That was our Gorilla Gone, so not really a surprise.
An Igloo to DK.
DK phase is new information. That is our first Donkey phase hint. Kinda forgot that we would need a third phase hinted. And then we got Stormy Tunnel, foolish, and Castle CBs, foolish. A little bit late for the Castle CBs, but nothing incredible for info. Certainly nice to know that the Igloo is worth investigating further to try and find Donkey K. Rool, but it's probably just like the Kasplat at this pace, given how it doesn't seem like anything is locked by anything at all. This is a crazy fast seed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
homing
not
ammo.
even gonna be. It's not even gonna be the guitar locked one because barrels isn't path to anything but lanky.
Homing ammo used for any reason. I'm taking that square. Charles just shot some homing ammo with that splat. He didn't need to use homing ammo, but he did. I'm taking it. Oh, and we had a balloon requirement skip for key 5? Wait, my board is looking way better now.
I need a random TNS hint out of nowhere to complete my bingo card. The rest of it's looking pretty bad.
I need more foolish hints in certain spots. 2 of which I think are impossible already. I need exactly Jabe's hillside hinted foolish. Oh no. Or I need them to be very bad at taking photos of a fairy.
Another bingo card for me could be we haven't heard any Diddy Kong Racing yet. It's
oh my god.
Obscene.
Those are like turbo bangers too. Those are like in every good music pack, which means I am judging you if you don't have Diddy Kong Racing in your pack.
And then Rareware or Nintendo coin sighting. I could use that.
Oh boy. That's tough. That's tough.
I believe in this Kasplat right here.
Here we go.
Show me the Rareware coin.
Yeah, okay. Calm down. I mean, it's like way likely to be Baboon Blast, but don't mind that. It's fine. Here comes the factory revisit for Alpha. Very important he pulls key 5 on this factory trip, otherwise it's gonna start hurting. It's gonna start hurting a lot.
Well, it was a coin, just the wrong one.
Yeah. It kind of hit like the worst of all possible worlds. It was neither Blast nor our desired Nintendo coin, but alas, we'll have to settle for something probably more useful. Alright, tiny igloo now. Oh, hit by a clump, or hit by a Kosha. Easy, easy. And there's our Blast. Alright, life is good.
Oh, there's Blast.
Could you have just been worse at taking that photo? Oh, God. Come on, man, you're killing me. You're killing me, man. They're too good. These guys are too good. Alright?
Well, that's why they're this deep in the winner's bracket so
yeah,
far.
that's why he just put me out. That's why he hung me out to dry 2 weeks ago. Or was that 2 weeks ago? No, that was last week. I'm in a time warp.
It's looking like Alpha might abandon key 5 here unknowingly, but
yeah, this is kind of a dead end he's walked himself into in factory. The factory shops are kind of annoying to leave. You have to like run back to the one warp that he didn't tag. So wait, how did? Okay, he got down here by falling down from R&D. He did not tag the one warp, and he didn't try and use the one warp he hasn't tagged. Which I'm really holding out hope for, because that's just. It's not on my square, it's just really funny.
we've been baited and hoping for an alta tweet, and it didn't happen.
Maybe he's reverse alta tweeting us. He's like, I know I haven't done it, but I'm just spitting in your face and not doing it anyway. And he leaves. He leaves factory without key 5. That is not pleasant. That's for sure. He might be thinking balloon checks like the Beetle race, which would be horrifying for key 5 for starters. But starting with sprint and finding balloon, I mean, that kind of fits pretty well for him. Not particularly pleasant though.
Not really in a rush to have key 5 at the moment, but you'll still need it for the galleon hint too, so it's not like something you can leave till last.
This is great presence of mind from Charles here to check the shops before charging to your way of the Horde Rocket Barrel Vulture Race. Because it's really easy to run at your way of the Hordes and ignore very efficient things in the path, and clearing out these Aztec shops, which are just 2 warps away, is really efficient. Very smart to do that. Okay, I did not intend to roast Alpha because he immediately did not do that. He did that himself. This is a self-inflicted wound and not my fault. I want that on the record.
The record's been noted and will be revisionist history later.
Look, I don't need to give Mumbo any more ammo. Like, let's be honest. Mumbo's just gonna like come in here and just like roast the loser of this race regardless, because for as much as these two race, Mumbo races with him just as much. So.
Alright, so this is presumably Mini or Feather right here.
One of the two, and then maybe it leads you to the other. Oh, maybe it's Mini and then like, oh, it's Peanut. Okay.
It's Peanut.
So then Shipyard. So it could be that our. It could be that one is in R&D and then the other is in the Sax, the hinted 5-door ship ferry.
And the only other Oasis hints or locations are the Gong Tower and the Beetle Race, which doesn't seem likely at the moment.
Right. Alright, we gotta slow down and smell the roses a little bit here. Because what do we need for... What is remaining here to beat this seed? Monkey Port. We have the Monkey Port hint in the back of Chromao that we can get at any moment, once we have enough GBs. Mini Monkey, Feather. Pretty well hinted by our hints, I think. I think the 5-door ship ferry is very likely to have it. Okay, there is finally your just outright testing to key 5 hint, in case you missed it.
Alpha will get bailed out by that eventually.
Yeah, and what was the other hint? I missed it. I think
it was Force Center Beanstalk as a potion.
Okay, so that... Wow, okay, the double key 5 hint pack is that the one potion in the Force Center Beanstalk is on the path to key 5. Hey man, like, really no way you miss it at this point.
The only thing that's not really accounted for is where Trombone might be.
I love that check from
for a
Charles,
Lanky K roll.
because that was a possible Trombone check, because it was barrels locked. Love that check. Here's your Japes. How long do you stay in Japes here for, do you think? I think you just do a basic loop and leave. I don't think you have to worry too much about anything.
Yeah.
Because you can be pretty confident Monkey Port is in the Galleon Caverns. That's the last thing you need for key 8. You can always get the Trombone hint and Helm. You don't have to worry about that. And you're kind of holding out for Galleon, which is we now know to be level 7. So you just need to walk out of here with enough GBs to... Oh, hello, key 7. What the heck?
Well, there's Peanut 7.
Rocket led you to key 7. Okay, so the Oasis Totem Area hint is not to Peanuts. Because Peanut just directly got his key 7.
So we're looking at Gong Tower or something. Then.
Yeah, the Gong Tower is suddenly suspicious because we've seen all the other stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, so then...
This is where it turns.
Nope, I got it. You put Charge in the 5-door ship, and that solves both. You take Charge to the Gong Tower and Charge to R&D, and you're done. That also explains your guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're good. As long as it is exactly Chimpy Charge in the 5-door ship, everything kind of just makes sense. We are absolutely not seeing a skip level 7 because Galleon is our level 7 and our seed appears to hinge on whatever is in that 5-door ship. Whatever that hinted item is going to be huge.
I think you'd feel good with about 55 GBs out of Japes. It's like you have no idea what that GB count's going to be, but 55 is usually enough.
There's probably some math out there to estimate how many GBs you get in each shop. You clear out your Galleon shops and try and get to 64 that way. And then you're pretty happy with that. Like, I think that's what you want to aim for, right? You want to aim for 64 GBs as you finish Galleon, you want to be somewhere very close to 64 for your final laps through a few levels to get a few more checks.
I'm ready for the GBs above replacement stat for given checks.
Yeah, what's our GB average per shop? Anyone know? I don't know if anyone knows. Do you buy this Lanky Potion here on Jape Shops? I don't think you do. I think you do not need it. Which is kind of psycho, because if it's Charge, you get absolutely spit roasted.
I feel like you still do, because you don't really have a lead on Trombone yet.
Yeah, that's true. This could just be Trombone, actually. That'd be kind of crazy. That's our Spring. I don't think that is useful info, but I guess we'll take it under advisement. What could that possibly be useful for? I can't think of anything.
We have a hinted guitar for something, so it could just be Upper Cabin.
Yeah, Upper Cabin, but R&D Charge would fit really well, too.
Yeah, it would. Well, we know the one. It was one potion and 5-door ship, right?
Right.
Is that a scouring
Exactly one potion, and now that we have all the keys, we know that is exactly what is on the path to. Well, I guess we don't know what's on the path. Oh, hey, there's trombone. All right, problem solved. Hillside has our trombone. That makes life easy. You better go to Japes.
Yep.
That said, if you don't go to Japes and just end up in Helm, you would get the hint in Helm that says crate in Japes, and there's like one spot. Actually, there's 2 spots. One is coconut locked, and you really hope it's not there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mild
brother.
panic when that hint comes up.
That could be dangerous, but yeah. Okay, what I want to know is how many coins do these guys have? Because I need one of the. I need Charles has 7 rainbow coins. Surely one of his Kongs has 50 coins. I need to know. Look how many coins. Alpha's at 30 with Lanky. I need a chunky coin check, because I feel like he's got to be, like, kind of pushing it. DK's high in the 30s, like, with 7 rainbow coins. Like, we got to be pushing 50, surely. Come on, team. You can do it. Yeah, here comes Alpha checking the Beetle race, thinking that, like, this might be key 5. But it is a fairy.
To no avail.
This might get awkward. He might not realize he skipped the testing bonus barrel, which at this point appears to be what is kind of a hiccup. I think Charles just made excellent decisions throughout the whole game, and it just cascaded into pretty much perfect routing. I struggle to think of how I might change his route to make it better. This has been really good.
You just happened to pick the right level order, and then just kept making good decisions from there.
Yeah, not that I think it was particularly difficult to pick the right level order. I think Force made a lot of sense right at the start to go to run it your way, the Horde minecart, but
I mean, like, Alpha's decision making hasn't been bad either. Just given the information that he has, it's just happened to pick the wrong level order.
I think
that would have been more efficient.
That's what these winners bracket races come down to. Okay, he's got 5 coins with Chunky. He's never getting to 50 with Chunky. Never mind. I was holding out hope for him, but I guess that might have been a mistake.
So Charles is opting to dump before going to Galleon, probably just hoping not to have to dump again, and just guaranteed that he doesn't have to leave and dump a 3rd time to enter a level.
Right, he's making extra sure he can get into level 7 Galleon. It could be a low 60s check, and that's kind of what he's hedging against. Does he even get to 60? Half check. He gets to
58.
Ooh. That's pretty good for most level 7s. You're good for a level 7 with that. Japes was like mid 40s, right? Like 44, 45.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty wide range. You're covering about half your range, which is pretty good. Oh, he's leaving at 56. Yeah, that's about half the range. That's pretty good.
Oh no, he missed the instrument pad twice.
Oh my god. First he misses his warp 1, then he misses a guitar pad. This is disastrous. So the problem with this check is this could only be trombone for him. Even though this guitar is hinted, this is kind of weird. And I think that R&D guitar makes more sense at this point.
I didn't catch what the GB count was in Galleon.
It must be more. Was it 57?
Yeah.
He was one short. That's a classic. Oh, man. You hate
For
to
the
see it.
3rd time this seed, he's got a dump to enter the level after seeing the B locker.
I mean, that doesn't feel great, but it's not that bad.
It's more like an ow my pride moment.
Yeah, that's definitely the one thing that's just like bit him in the seed. Just absolutely not gone his way. Everything else went his way, but just the B lockers decided, nah. So
what
can
could
you
this
piece
Cameron's
together?
check be?
Oh, God, this is horrible for Alpha. By the way, this key 7 is like perfectly lampshaded by the Oasis and Totem area hint, because he picked up his peanuts there. He thinks his peanuts is only on the path to Tiny K rule, but it's also on the path to Key 7, and that hint is pointing at something else. Like, it is perfectly disguised. Like, that is ruthless.
I thought for sure that would have just been Mini or Feather. Like,
well, even
everybody was thinking the same thing.
It even makes sense as Peanut. We have a reason for Peanut to be needed, so it fits like really well. There's our monkey port. All right, great. All right.
And Punch check makes sense since Punch was on the path to a bunch of things.
Alpha has recovered his Key 5. That's a bit of a whiff early, but we're back.
Welcome to bonus stage.
You know, we've all had that moment where we don't peek that barrel or the waterfall barrel in caves, and you know when that happens, you know you're always peeking it for a while after that.
I've definitely missed both of those at one point in my life, and yeah, you never do it again because oh no, that was kind of bad.
It's always a key specifically too that makes you remember it. Like I abandoned like Key 5 in the waterfall barrel once before and just never again.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that. I don't know if that was the lethal play. I think it actually was the early level decisions that was the most catastrophic thing that spiraled here, which is crazy. That one thing so early in the seed mattered so much. That's kind of where we're at in the winners bracket. If you want to make it to the top 4 winner, or if you want to make it a winners semifinals, you gotta bring your A game and nothing but your A game. For all the other excellent play that Alpha's made so far, it's kind of a bit of a thorn to have not quite got the good early game needed. Alright, well, I now have come to terms with my bingo card being ruined because that trombone in the hillside destroyed like 2 bingos for me, so...
They're probably not gonna go visit Kevin either, so getting bullied by Kevin isn't happening either.
That's rough. We're down bad.
Oh, I heard Diddy Kong Racing music. Alright.
Oh, yep, that's Diddy Kong Racing, alright.
Alright, we need Rare or Nintendo coin, and I got bingo.
Alright, good luck. Let's put one in Helm. Look, man, we gotta have something to talk about in the downtime. Bingo goes crazy, man. Don't give me that sass, Mike. I see you.
Bingo's great filler.
Good stuff. Lord knows I needed something else to talk about. Wait, Larry? We named one Larry? Man, we gotta work on our Kasplat naming technique. It's rough out here.
Who's Larry?
I don't know who Larry is. That's the problem. Like, somebody named him Larry, and I don't know who it is. Oh, is Larry the Cactus Kasplat? Oh, the Vines Kasplat. Oh, yeah, that guy's kind of rude.
So I was to say, if Larry was the Cactus Kasplat, then what about the other Kasplat that shows up there in Kasplat Rando?
Yeah, that's a different one. Oh, the bean! Oh. Pick that up right now.
You turn around right now.
No way, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Is that charge? You know what? Everything went right for him, but he didn't pick up the... How could you not pick up the bean? I can't believe it.
We did have Curse of Bean at the start.
The Curse of
Woe
Bean.
be upon those who don't pick up the bean.
Woe betide. Oh my god. Alright. Dose got him. Thank you. That'll show him. Having unleashed the Curse of Bean, this is a dangerous enterprise. Look, I'm telling you, I tried the Curse of Casino in my match, and that didn't go too hot. So the Curse of Bean is, it's ramping, I guess. But now with Charge, everything fits into place. You do Diddy R&D to get one of Mini or Feather, and then you go do the Gong Tower to get the other, and life is good. Even if this is Mini, then you could also do the Beetle Race. So... maybe it's the Beetle Race. Maybe we get a Beetle Race for the road.
I'm trying to think of what was the Cremile item hinted. I don't think it was path hinted for Sax, so it could be.
Nope, it was not. Random trombone for Alpha. He's gonna be like, oh, that's kind of nice. Or, oh no, that's kind of bad, because that's in a great spot, which means Charles is definitely not going to miss that. He needs help now.
Yeah, if you're feeling like you're behind, you don't want easy stuff showing up.
You do not want... Yeah. You do not want Way of the Horde moves appearing in very awkward locations. Alright, he is going to do Helm now. I think. He is trying to do Helm. I actually like this. I like this a lot. You don't have to go get Feather right now. There's no need. You can hedge for, like, oranges and Helm, which is, like, very low odds. Very, very low odds. But...
Yeah, with the way items have been falling in our lap this season, that's very possible.
Yeah, given... One very critical detail is that apparently Charles has the mandate of heaven and will do no wrong here, so he will just run to the right spot regardless. Oh, there's Instrument Upgrade too, for good measure. Why not? Diddy's Metal and Japes. Amazing. Alright, yeah, he's headed there. He has realized that, wait a minute, that is not Peanut that is hinted in the Oasis and Totem area. I need to go check charge.
There's also 2 GBs short of Helm anyway.
Yeah. You could dump the 2 tiny ones and then go do Helm, which I also don't hate that. I think that's very reasonable. Because if you find oranges, you could skip Mini, or you could skip Feather for Tiny K roll and not have to run through Aztec like this, but... Again, extremely low odds of that. And maybe you find some GBs in the way... Nah, you won't find GBs in the way here, because you've already cleared out the Aztec shops. At best, you find a GB on the Gong Tower and then Feather in the Beetle Race. But then if you find oranges and Helm, you could skip the whole Beetle Race, which is even better. So, I don't know. I think it's... Okay, a Pearl. So, Beetle Race, man. Amazing. Incredible. An 11th hour Beetle Race jump scare.
I would have expected that to get hinted, but, you know... The hints all are pointing to it pretty well. Like,
it kind of did.
It shouldn't be a surprise.
It did get hinted, right? This is the Oasis Totem area hint, the Tiny K roll that got hinted. This is Feather right here. It do fit pretty well.
The only thing that could really trip us up here is if this is a jump scare of another item, like, I don't know, grab or something.
Yeah, pretty unlikely. I think it fits a little bit too well here.
Yeah. This is just me coping for content.
Yeah.
Need someone to fail a mini game for your bingo card? I don't know if that's happening this race. Not with these 2.
I struggle to think of how many times I've seen a minigame failed on Restream. It is very rare.
The only time it really seems to happen is if, like, you're jumping into a bonus barrel and you get the barrel barrage game and you jumped in with a Kong that doesn't have one.
And you don't pause fast enough or don't realize you don't have the gun or something, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta, like, you gotta really slip up to fail minigames before you can pause exit in time. Alright, a little monkey port hint for Alpha. He gets the word that it's Chunky and Galleon, and the caverns are hinted. It is simply in the punch chest. No problem. And he's got 57, so he can go into Galleon, no problem. Life is good. Unfortunately, he's got a bit to untangle. He'll get his charge and then have to do the runaround for his mini monkey, and there's the Feather Bow in the Beetle Race.
That is go mode.
Is indeed. You dump your last 2 blueprints and you go beat Helm. For all of the humming and hawing over whether you do Helm before going to get Feather, I don't think it really matters. I think it's pretty marginal, because the odds you actually find oranges in Helm is, like, minuscule. Because you're not, like, actively looking through Helm for it, because you're not going to find GBs in Helm. So, like, what are you actually going to... Are you really going to look at the other Helm rooms for oranges? No, you're looking at exactly, like, 4 checks. You're looking at the 2 Helm rooms you're doing, and the 2 fairies at the end, and hope one of them is oranges, which is, like, insanely low odds. If one of them is oranges, you could maybe skip the... You could have skipped the Beetle Race, which would be kind of nice, but...
If this wasn't Tiny K roll, we might have been looking at sub 80.
This is really fast! I mean, I think Tiny K... Is sub 80 out of the question? I'm not sure it is.
It might still be, like, Tiny K rolls, what, 2.5 minutes?
It'll take some pretty good helm. It'll take some pretty good helm minigames, I think. We got a donkey phase, which is lightning, and a lanky phase, which Charles is very good at. So probably done 100 of them. 2.5 minutes. Have we done the math? That said, I do want to see oranges and Helm just to punish him because I'm spiteful like that. But that's all.
I mean, the siege is like, it just handed you everything on a silver platter. The only real gotcha was the peanut on the vulture race.
Yeah, you had to piece together how peanut would solve your seed, but when you find charge in this 5-door ship, it's just like, oh, well, that solves that. Kind of solves itself.
Blueprint dump for Helm. How's that not the center square?
Sometimes you get the really ugly seeds where you end up having to like you get 64 GBs while you're searching for your last items. Sometimes it happens, but or like your level 7 is so outrageously expensive and your blueprint dump is secretly for level 7 and not for Helm.
I need to see a company coin on the other Helm room. I'm hanging on for dear life right now.
Well, yeah, that's actually, yeah, just seeing it would be good enough, right? Because you don't actually have to pick it up. I think all my squares need them to pick something up, which is Dire Straits. I think I'm bricked.
Yeah, maybe sub 80's not out of the question here. You got DK and Lanky phase to follow up Tiny, so those are two quick ones.
I got a bunch of really unfortunate squares. These guys are too good. I'm gonna go tell them to suck more in the interview so I can fill more bingo squares. Because my entertainment matters over their speed. Alright, Alpha. He's not gonna turn around and see the bean, is he? Alright, chat, you know what to do. He's turning around. Yes! Yes! A man of the people!
No!
Alright, you know what to do.
Well, you know what to do, chat.
Say no more.
You know what to do.
That's brutal. I can't believe Charles looked at that first and then turned away. Like, he saw the bean and then turned away and picked up charge. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at that clear vial. Look at that clear vial. I just saved 2 minutes. I won. Sit down. That better be oranges.
Well, we'll need some. Well, I'm assuming that Charles isn't gonna pick it up, so we'll need to have him go back and look at it.
He's not gonna pick it up, but like, I want it on the record. If that's oranges, I won. 807. There you go. And the funny part is they're both done by now with the delay, so they get to witness the curse of being in action. And my indignation or jubilation that this is in fact orange throwing right here. Alright, so what does Alpha do? Does Alpha make the right play and go straight to Helm? I mean, if he does, it gets a lot closer. Charles is a pretty substantial lead right now.
He's got a read on where it is.
Yeah, so he's got a read, and he doesn't have 64. He has no blueprints, so he kind of has to go do something else. And granted, this is pretty good. The problem is that it's only a pearl at the top of the tower, so he gets no GBs here. So he's gonna have to figure out where to get the last 4. Maybe he hasn't cleared out the Essex shops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Here's one.
He didn't visit Funky the first trip either, so there's a chance for it.
That better be oranges, buddy. Punish him. Punish him! He's leaving! Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to pick it up.
I'm gonna have to turn him around. We're gonna have a nice little talk in the interview. What is that item?
We need to know if you're right.
Because that's the most important thing, knowing that I'm right.
Well, looks like my bingo card's gonna be strayed on 2 lines that were 1 away from bingo.
Chief, I didn't get 4 in a row. Like, I'm down tremendous. I didn't even get a bing.
A lot of my squares are in shambles right now. No counting game, no Kevin, No 2% game.
Oof.
No Doga 2.
Sometimes the level
Wait,
order just
level 7
gets
has
you.
walk item. Yes! I missed that. Man, if they got bullied, that's 3 orphan bingos on me. Just need to go get bullied by Kevin.
Bing, bing, bing.
No, that doesn't count. Me saying Doga 2 mentioned when it's on my bingo card.
Yeah, no,
that doesn't count.
No. That's not how that works. Right, are we ending on a tiny phase? I don't know what our last phase is. We have no idea what the order is. You didn't look at the wall. That's a very fast donkey phase to start, though.
This might be sub 80. It's gonna be close.
It's real close. It's gonna need a really good lanky phase. Okay, and of course tiny phase to tease us with a 2-minute auto scroller.
Also didn't get the path hint to 3 or more keys. We got 2 keys and a K rule phase, but all the keys were just in free spots.
Well, the funny thing is that hinting something on the path to 3 keys is actually kind of hard. That's not super common.
Yeah.
It takes like a really common move to get hinted, specifically path hinted, to get that to happen, and keys are usually kind of isolated by and large. There's not too many common links between them all. You're much more likely to get like K rule path phases hinted together because there's more items on the path to them, and key 8, but...
I'm sure Rocket Barrel was used for traversal, so Dogaden 2 would have gotten me bingo, but well, I'm not causing a bingo controversy here by forcing that. Looks like Alpha's going into Llama Temple to clean up the rest of the GBs.
Makes a lot of sense. I don't know if he looked at Cranky or Funky. Even still, he probably doesn't even want to see blueprints anymore. He wants to see raw GBs so he doesn't have to dump again. He's at 61. It's kind of awkward to get to. Just this last little bit of I have the seed solved, but I need GBs is super awkward sometimes. Charles had it pretty good when he's at 62 with 2 blueprints. Alpha does not have it so good. And I mean, there's a GB right outside the llama. Are you going back for the llama for that one? Like, really? I don't know.
If you do a quick loop through Llama Temple and you don't see any, you might as well grab it. But
yeah, that might be like your last one.
Because like you got that one, the crate, the fairy, and then the Kasplat, and the lava one here.
You go runner. Oh, there's no fairy. Bang! No fairy in fairy location. I got a bang. Let's go. Huge. Absolutely enormous. That's my first 4 in a row, baby. Let's go.
Let's get an 11th hour company coin here.
Yeah, right here. Alpha needs to pull off a miracle.
Oh, come on. We're so close.
He'll have to settle for 64 GBs, which is perfect. I know. That's tragic, really.
Tragic.
Alright, so Charles has a little over a minute to get a sub 80 here in lanky phase.
Clean lanky phase will do it.
It's gonna be tight, that's for sure.
Uh-oh.
Good enough. That's a good first
that should hit.
He down there somewhere. He's slipping and sliding. Hang on. Okay, maybe he doesn't need a good one if he's gonna schlop like that, but... Oh, it didn't quite catch him. Here we go. Second slip here. This is pretty close. This is really close.
This looks like it might be good. Depends on how this last one goes.
He actually needs a clean one now. Second one is not clean. Okay, no. I said clean. Clean. Bro, I was just gassing you up, man. You're making me look weird. And then the longest run of all time. I think this is enough.
This should be enough.
Bang! He clocks in at a 119.54. Takes first place, and he moves on in the winners bracket into the top 4 winners side, into the winners semifinals. A dominant performance, excellent gameplay all around, and that's what you need to get a sub 80. Just an incredible speed on a pretty nice seed. Not free, but pretty nice.
See, it is possible for seeds to not be trash.
Alright. Let's see if we can pull those guys in. If they are ready, they can roll into the channel. Hello. Hello, you two. How are you doing?
Hello there.
Oh, GG's.
I'm doing good. GG.
GG. You're joined by CharlesJarls and Alpha. As Alpha pops off Helm. I don't know how far you get in Helm. But here we go.
I get to Tiny's room and there might be a little surprise.
Yeah, you pick up oranges in Tiny's room?
They were oranges.
It was oranges. I win, baby. It's over. Send me to the winners finals. Let's go. Huge. That is that's a tricky spot though. And it's not like, I don't know, it's pretty marginal, I think, but actually, given that Feather was on the Beetle race, that's not marginal at all. That's actually like a minute or two back. They grabbed the oranges there instead of re-clearing Aztec for it, but nonetheless, you both did it anyway, so I get to lord it over both of you, which is my favorite part.
I mean, that wouldn't have been a bad play to go Helm. You don't need Feather for that anyway, so...
Right. Yeah, and given all the way the hints laid out, you knew there wasn't like a Feather minigame or anything even. Not that that would have stopped you, you just grabbed anyone else's gun, but...
Yeah.
Alright, enough tooting my own horn. GG's! That's a mighty fine sub 80, Charles. That is a...
Yeah, you cracked.
And really the difference largely came down to just the level order where you two decided early on. And like with the info you had, y'all were making good decisions. It's just, one just happened to hit the right level order first for a better time.
Yeah,
the specific decision to pin down is your second level. You both went factory first, but then Alpha goes castle, while Charles went forest. And forest just delivering so many early goods like balloon to go get tiny and so on.
Yeah, that was the killer early for me. I knew it once I got it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play thorough in castle. I'll even check some of the castle rooms because I can do them. And was hoping I'd hit like balloon, and didn't come to fruition, unfortunately.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
It was, it took us a minute to actually realize that Tiny had to be there in Castle Lobby.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to like muse over worlds, like, okay, so how do you put Tiny on Roof Dirt? Like, what level order has to work out? But it was actually impossible, I think. Given the levels 4 and 5 they had to be Aztec and Caves. Tiny had to be your third Kong, rather.
And it's hard, man. Like, if you can't make, like, playing against players like Charles and Connor, like, you gotta play pretty much perfect everywhere just to win. They're tough.
Go fast.
Or hope for a disaster seed.
Or pick up the bean. You could have picked up the bean at least, either of you. You both saw it.
The
Good
chat
job,
is
Charles.
cursing
We
both
win.
of you for your transgressions today.
Good job, Charles.
Oh, okay, the conspiracy is afoot. I'll say no more. Think of that what you will, chatters. YouTube commenters of the world. Alright, what happens next is on your heads. That's all I'll say. What happens next,
Charles
though?
face next? He faces, do we know?
We do not. What happens next is Charles gets the winner of Ash and Camerson. That happens Friday. And then Alpha drops in the losers bracket to face some number of people. It's not clear.
This is my plan. This is my plan all along. So,
Uh-oh.
hypothetically, if Mumbo wins his next match or two, me and him face each other in the losers bracket.
You will get one of. So Hoytley and Cinny have to play. The winner gets Mumbo, and then the winner of that gets you.
Yep.
Oh man.
And
A
there's
Mumbo
nothing
Alpha
more
losers
great.
bracket match?
Yeah.
Whew.
There's nothing greater. Just send him home. Just go to my ears.
Yeah, winners bracket matches are one thing, right? You knock the guy into losers, it's like, all right, you know what? You got to make sure you put him down, but like he might come back up. But like you knock him out of losers, it's donezo.
Yep.
I'm just saying, I'm a race mod mercenary for hire. Whose whose match do I destroy?
Oh, brother, you careful what you wish for. You got to be careful with this Alta Biscuit guy. He's shady.
Who rolled this seed?
This is a Sarah seed.
Oh, okay.
Easy one as
119.
usual.
Whew. Oh boy. You're gonna attempt fate like that, Charles. All right. See you in winter semis. Good luck.
If you remember roughly,
this
how
side.
early do you think he had? Like, I'm assuming he had Donkey way before I did.
About the 45-minute mark, a little bit before it. The believers were up tremendous.
Yeah.
I think you had it like somewhere on the hour mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was late to Donkey.
But at the end, I think this is only like a handful of minute difference, really. I mean, you finished up the end game pretty quickly, and while we don't have an exact time, I'd probably estimate it somewhere like
123-ish, probably.
under,
Yeah.
like under, maybe like if you finish at like approximately the same pace, probably somewhere within 10 minutes.
Yeah, like with so much back and forth early, I didn't feel like I was playing super efficient. And then I was just praying something be goofy at the end, like just some dumb logic.
If
And
you
then-
had Miracle skipped Feather and picked up Oranges and Helm, that would have saved 2 minutes. You know, you could have done
Yeah,
that.
that is true.
Yeah, just
I should have done that.
Is
keep that in mind.
we
Although,
were talking about that on Restream too, or like when Trombone showed up and Japes, it's like, oh no, that's not what you want to see if you feel behind when it's
Yep.
just on a free check like that.
I was saying in the race time chat that I was hoping that was somewhere not easy because I felt behind, and when I saw that, I'm like, well, probably cooked.
And it turns out it was unhinted. I think it just wasn't. It was just in a free spot.
Yeah, it never got hinted. I didn't check my last hint, but it's not there.
oh, yeah, did we even see the 50 hint? I don't think we
It,
did.
I believe it was like Room's foolish. It was
Yeah.
it was something useless.
Not anything for a bingo square either. That's so sad. God. Tragic. We go bingo list today. That's all right. Maybe next time. Next time we will probably have our last quarterfinal streamed. I'm not gonna make any promises, but there's pretty good odds of that happening on Friday as well. So we'll have the full winners suite streamed, which is very fun. But until then, we'll have to leave you all with this race in the books. Thanks for watching, team. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you're watching on YouTube, you know, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. You know the drill. Do I have to say it? I have to say it, but like, you know the drill. You're cool. You're better than the drills I have to unload, the spiels. I don't even have to. I just do it. Do I have to do anything at all? Is it the meaning of life? All right, we're getting an existential crisis here. We gotta get out of here. All right. Blah. It's been a good stream, that's for sure. Right. Thanks for watching, team. Thanks for gaming, you two. Alpha, Charles, you guys crushed it. Their links
Thanks
are
for having us.
in the title, in the description. You know the drill. Alta,
Thank you,
always a
thank you.
pleasure.
Thanks for having me again.
Yes, sir. Woohoo. We'll send y'all off to friend of the stream, friend of the community. We're gonna see what Rye's up to. He's cooking some treasure hurry. Hope y'all have a good time over there. That'll wrap it up for us today. Probably a stream on Friday, but not a certainty. As ever. We'll see you then. Maybe. Probably. Woohoo. Morning.
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 Morning.